So, we'll begin in a nice seated position, however is most comfortable for you. If you're comfy in crossed legs, which you all seem to be, that's nice. I would just advise the socks don't slip on the mat. You can keep them on, but these mats are non-stick if you don't have socks on, but they can be slippy. And especially the ground's a little uneven, so. Okay, let's begin. So just spend a minute to get comfy in your seat. So you might want to lean side to side or forward and back, even close your eyes if it feels comfy to do so. And the idea is that we want to begin in a nice grounded place. So when we start, we want to be committed to our spot. So when you've had a good roll around, bring your spine nice and tall, your shoulders nice and soft, and just gently rest your hands on your knees. Palms up is nice because you feel the air, but if you'd rather have them down, it's fine. And then sitting up tall, take a nice big breath in through the nose a couple of times. And a nice long breath out. Just take 2 or 3. A big breath through the nose and a nice long breath out of the mouth. One more like that. A big breath in. And this time as you exhale, if you haven't done so already, gently close the eyes. And we'll just be here for a few moments as we find some peace and quiet in the body. So feel really soft in your seat here, soft in the shoulders, in the face. Letting go of any tension. And gently bringing your awareness to any sounds you can hear. So out here in the gardens we have access to so many sounds, and just take a moment to recognize some of them. Not getting too caught up, but just seeing or noting a sound, and then another sound, and another sound. And it's kind of like when you look at the stars at night, the more you listen, the more you hear. When you watch the stars, the more you look, the more you see. And now bringing your awareness to the temperature of the air on your skin. Can you feel the breeze moving around your fingers, the palms of your hands, inside of your arms, across your face and your hair? Just noticing as the breeze changes direction, the sensations across the skin and the body are changing also. And now bringing your awareness to any tastes in your mouth. So maybe bringing your memory back to your lunch, your coffee. But we're just tuning into our senses here. So maybe it's super subtle, but something you taste. And now even more subtle, bringing your awareness to any smells in your environment. So what can you smell right now? And finally, bringing your awareness to the quality of light on the backs of your eyelids. What do you see through your closed eyes? Notice how the light changes as the clouds move away. And just taking a step back and seeing your external environment for all that it is. The sounds, the air, the flavors in the mouth, the smells and the light. And we're now going to bring our awareness inside to our internal environment. Noticing now the quality of your thoughts. Is your mind running around, or does it feel relatively still, at peace? And now the physical body. Taking a moment to scan down through your body, your shoulders, your arms, your back and your chest, your abdomen and your hips and your legs, all the way to the toes. Noticing how you feel. And now bringing our awareness even deeper to the center of our being, to our breath. And just observe as you inhale and you exhale. Nothing to do but watch the breaths going in and the breaths going out. And noticing, are your breaths long or short, deep or shallow? And is each breath the same as the last, or is each breath different? Kind of like when you watch the waves coming into the shore. From a distance they all look the same. But when you look up close and personal, each one is unique. So watch those breaths now as they roll in one at a time, with their own uniqueness. And bringing our awareness now to our breath as we continue into an exercise called equal breathing. So stay exactly how you are with your eyes closed, and I'll guide you through it. We'll simply breathe in for a count of 4 and breathe out for a count of 4. Nothing else to do. So exhale all your breath to begin, and inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. At the top of the inhale, just pause for a moment, and then exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. At the end of the exhale, pause for a moment. And inhaling again, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. And exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. Continue now with your own counting. And notice what happens to you in the space between the breaths. One more round wherever you are. Take your time. And when you get to the end of the next exhale, gently just return to normal breathing. And then taking a really big breath in. Fill yourself up completely, and this time as you exhale, release the arms and just allow them to come to the side of your body, gently resting on your mat. Open the eyes if you like, or you can keep them closed. The next breath in, lift your arms up and just stretch there from the waist all the way up through the sides of the body and out through the tips of the fingers. And then gently holding onto one wrist, take a nice big breath in to sit tall, and as you exhale, tip to the side, any side, and just feeling a nice stretch down one side of the body through the ribs. And then inhale back to the center, reach up through both hands, all of the fingertips, and then holding onto the opposite wrist, gently fall over to the side, really nice. And then inhale back to the center, reach up tall, take a nice big inhale and drop your right hand to the side of the body to the mat. Inhale tall through the left, and exhale, just fold over the side of the body, any amount. If you have space to bring the forearm down, go ahead. If you don't, it really doesn't matter. This time as you inhale, open the left side of the chest to the sky. Let the arm come back behind as far as you can. And as you exhale, allow the chest to round and the arm to come down to the grass. 2 more times. Inhale. Open the arm out, the chest to the sky. And exhale, soften that arm all the way back down. And this time as you inhale, the same again. Feel your left side of the body really opening up. And exhale, soften the arm back in. Fall round through the front and just hang there for a minute, just in the front. Let the head and neck be heavy. And then inhale back to the center. Left hand finds the ground. Inhale, raise the right arm up so much up that it starts to come over. And if you have space, bring the forearm to the floor. Inhale, open the chest to the sky. And exhale, soften everything down. 2 more times. Big breath, feel the right side of the body filling up with air. And exhale, soften everything back down. 1 more time. Big breath in. Fill yourself up and exhale, soften all the way down. Back through the center, let the head and the neck be heavy. And then inhale, coming up, lovely. Let your fingertips catch you Take a big breath in, maybe lift the hips, maybe let the chin go back. And bring yourself back to center, really nice. And then we're going to come onto hands and knees. I have bugs flying all over. And bring yourself into your tabletop pose. So just watch here, we have quite uneven ground. So if you don't hurt your wrists, if it feels uncomfortable, you can come onto fists, or just make sure you find an okay place, okay, for your wrists, because it's uneven and it's not nice. Okay, we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop your belly and bring the back of the head towards the tailbone as you look up. And as you exhale, round the spine towards the sky, drop the forehead down, the head down. Inhale, drop the belly, back of the head towards the tailbone, looking up. And exhale, round everything down. So this is called cat-cow pose, and the idea of this is that we're allowing all the vertebrae in the spine to become movable and spacious. So if you feel like you want to take any circles one way, or maybe push into one hand, stretch, push into the other side and stretch, really just doing what feels good in your body, in your spine. And then we're going to move into another twist. Left hand comes to the center slightly. The left foot might just knock back a little bit. Inhale, raise that right arm all the way up. This time you're becoming a little bit more open in the chest, I'm sure. And as you soften, bring the hand underneath, threading it and bringing the shoulder to the floor, and the left fingertips come out in front of you. So you should feel, yeah, that's right, the shoulder on the floor. Let your bum really stick up in the sky to bring your shoulder down. If it doesn't reach all the way, that's okay. A couple of breaths. And then back to the center. And we'll do the other side. So bring the right hand into the center. Take a big breath in. Sweep the left arm up. The right leg might come back to catch you. And then let that shoulder come to the floor or towards the floor. And those right fingertips creep out in front of you. And you should feel a good stretch cross into the shoulder. Another breath here. And gently coming back to the center. This time bring your hands slightly wide, as wide as the mat, and a bit of you. Your knees are wide and your feet together. And as you exhale, let your chest come towards the floor. Your bum stick up in the sky. No one's watching. Feels really good across the shoulders and the back. Really nice. Another breath or two. And as you exhale, soften the chest and the chin even more towards the floor. Really nice. One more breath. And then coming all the way forward now onto your belly. Bring the elbows into the body, forearms parallel to the mat, and spread the fingertips. This is Sphinx Pose. Shake your bum side to side to check that there's no tension in the backs of the legs, and let the legs be slightly separate to just give a bit more space for the body. As you inhale, this is really subtle, but imagine your chest is lifting up, puffing up. And as you exhale, feel like your chest is pulling forward, and you'll start to feel an activation in the lower back. So we'll do a couple of breaths like that. Inhale to imagine the chest puffing up, and exhale, let the chest pull forward. Close the eyes if it feels comfortable. 2 more breaths. And at the end of the next exhale, release the head and send yourself all the way back to child's pose. So child's pose, your feet can be together, your knees wide if it's comfy, and then lower yourself down to the floor. And soften in here, really nice. So in this posture, as you breathe in, imagine like the back of the body is filling with breath. And as you exhale, imagine like someone's pressing onto your back, pushing you more into the floor. Bring the forehead to the floor if it's comfortable. And really feel the pressure of the forehead into the floor as you exhale. Really nice. Take 2 or 3 nice big breaths here. One more breath wherever you are. Big breath to fill you up. And a big exhale, soften even more into the floor. Let something else go. Really nice. And then when you're ready, inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Back to your tabletop pose. And we're going to come all the way to your downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, press back into the toes and lift the knees off the mat, straightening the legs. Please be careful of your wrists as it's uneasy ground. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can stay in tabletop. So you all look fine here in downward facing dog. So just take a moment to find the perfect downward dog for you. So you look around to make sure you're not on any lumps in the ground. Let the head and the neck be soft. Maybe bend through the knees to stretch out through the arms and the back. And as you exhale, lowering the heels towards the floor. So really in this posture, all we're doing is opening out the back of the body. Like a big yawn for the body. Another breath here. And exhale, soften the heels down. And then we're going to walk the feet up towards the hands now, 1 foot at a time. And when you get there, exhale over the legs for your forward fold. So you're wide, and it's probably a good idea as it's quite uneven. I don't want you to lose balance. Let the head and the neck be really heavy. As you inhale, feel a big breath going into the back of the body, and as you exhale, feel the crown of the head pulling more towards the floor. So you can either dangle your arms here, or if you would rather, holding on to opposite elbows. Allowing your knees to be bent slightly so the weight stays over the front of the feet. Another couple of breaths. Really let the head and neck go. Maybe you want to sway side to side or feel the back of the body opening up. Another big breath in. And as you exhale, soften even more. On the next breath in, we'll come to standing. So bend the knees, press through the feet, and inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Keep the eyes closed for a minute. Release the hands and just let the palms face forward. This is Sadasana, mountain pose. Just feeling the air around the fingers, the face. It's the breeze and the sea, everything you can feel in your environment. Strong like a mountain. One more breath. And exhale. So nice to be outside. Okay, we're going to come into Talasana or palm tree pose. So we'll do some standing poses which are nice for our balance and all-round strength. Just be mindful that we're on wobbly ground. So the feet want to be hip distance-ish apart and as parallel as is comfortable for you. But don't if it doesn't feel right on the ankles. Okay. Exhale, all the breath to begin. And inhale, raise up the arms and lift up onto the toes. And as you breathe in, reach from the tips of the toes all the way through the tips of the fingers, as tall and as strong as you can be. And then when you're ready, turn the palms out. Exhale, release the arms and lower the feet at the exact same time. Really nice. We'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, raise up onto the toes and out through the tips of the fingers and reach as tall as you can, and then turn the palms out and exhale. The challenge is when you're about to fall and you try and catch yourself. Bring the hands down one more time. Inhale up reaching from the tips of the toes to the tips of the fingers. Really nice. Keep the palms facing in the ears, inside the biceps. Reach, 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 reach. And then turn the palms out. Exhale. All the way down. Roll the shoulders back. And we'll take a slight different variation on this. Bring the left hand in front of the right and spread the fingertips. Inhale, raise the arms up again. And reach up tall through all 10 fingers. Really nice, strong, strong, strong. Build so much strength in the feet and the legs. Exhale, release everything down. We'll do one more, the opposite side. So this time, right hand in front of the left. Inhale, coming up. Pause and then reach tall, tall, tall. Through all 10 fingers, all 10 toes. Big breath in and exhale. And the wind blows us down. Roll the shoulders back. And we're going to come into Talasana, also known as wheel pose. So I'll demonstrate on the side to show you, but you bring your feet almost as wide as the mat and as parallel as is comfortable for you. Start with the thumbs inside the hands. Inhale, raise the arms up, interlock the fingers and let the chest go towards the sky. So it's a bit of a back bend for you. Take another big breath in. Bend the knees. Exhale, you fold forward, interlock the hands. Let the head and neck be heavy. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and let the hands lift. They might lift a few inches off the back. They might lift a little bit higher. Keep the weight over the fronts of the feet. Bend the knees, bring yourself all the way back up. So it's kind of like a swing, inhaling to go up and exhaling to go down. And we'll do it a few times, okay? With your breath. So if you want to do it fast, you can do it fast. If you'd rather be much more slow, then be more slow. So let's try all together. Exhale, everything to begin. And inhale, raise the arms. Interlock the fingers, stretch through the arms and let the chest go towards the sky. A big breath in. And when you're ready, bend the knees, exhale out of the mouth if that feels good. Interlock those fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together and let the head and the neck be really heavy. Inhale, maybe the arms come off the back, maybe they don't, but squeeze the shoulders and feel the shoulders working together. And then when you're ready to come up, bend the knees, take a big breath in and reach everything up. Exhale, everything over. So a few times we'll do this. Do this in your own time, whatever feels good. Inhale, bend the knees to come up. Exhale, softening all the way over. So this is a back bend. And every time you go up, you are working further into the back and the spine, stretching everything out. And every time you round forward, it's like a counter pose for the back bend. So take your time, it's hot, don't get dizzy. Really nice, everybody. We'll do one more all together. Inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, release the arms, roll the shoulders back. And just step the feet slightly together, bring the hands together. Close the eyes. And release the hands. We'll do a couple of rounds of sun salutation. So you might be familiar. Are you familiar with sun salutation? Maybe, maybe not. So it's a series of 12 postures that we link together. We do it on one side and we do it on the other. Okay? I'll lead you through it. We'll do it super gentle and soft and really take our time. Okay? If you feel too warm or get dizzy at any point, just take a rest in child's pose that we were doing at the beginning because it is quite hot. Don't overdo it if suddenly it feels too much. So start at the front of the mat with your feet slightly apart because it's quite uneven and you don't want to lose balance. And the hands to heart center. Take a couple of breaths here. When you're ready, inhale, raise everything up to the sky. A nice big breath in, and then exhale, fold everything over. Release the head and the neck. Ground the fingertips either side of the front foot. Step the right foot in slightly and the left foot back, coming into a low lunge. So take your time in getting here, and then lower the knee and the top of the foot to the floor. Make sure you've got a bit of space between. If you're in a tightrope, you might be feeling a little bit wobbly. So send that right foot out to the side a little bit to give you a bit more space and balance. Does it feel comfortable to put your knee down? It might give you a bit more support, especially on wobbly ground. And then inhale there and lunge over this front knee. If this feels good and you can raise your hands up to your thigh, go ahead. But if it's uncomfortable on the knee, then you can keep the arms down. If you want to go a step further, you can inhale. Bring your arms tall and exhale, sink into that hip. So you should feel the stretch there on your left hip. If it is uncomfortable in the knee, just bring the arms back to the floor. Really nice. We'll take 2 breaths here. So inhale, imagine yourself filling up with breath. And as you exhale, soften more. Strong front thigh and strong front foot. 1 more breath. Fill you up. Really nice. Exhale, softening in. Release the hands, untuck the back toe and step back to your downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Walk the feet out if it feels comfortable. And then step the feet slightly behind and slightly together. Bring your weight forward into your plank pose. So it's like the top of a press up. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can do this with your knees on the floor. Okay, lower the hips a little bit so you're in one long line. Or do it with your knees on the floor. Take a big breath in. Drop your belly, bend your elbows and lower your chest and your chin. And then inhale onto your tummy, push through the hands and come all the way back to downward facing dog. Really nice. 2 more poses and we finished one side. Bring the right toe in slightly. Lift the left foot off the floor and bring it up to the top of the mat in 1 step or many steps. You can give it a helping hand. Lower the right knee and the foot to the floor. Coming into low lunge now on this side. Take a big breath in. Reach everything up and exhale. Again, any discomfort on the knee, keep the hands on. Another big breath. Lift you up and exhale. Feel your right hip flexor there really opening up as you lunge into the pose. 1 more breath. And exhale, soften. Release the hands, really nice guys. And step that back foot forward. Exhale over the legs. Bend the knees, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. And that's it. You've done one side. 12 poses, the sun salutation. Okay, we'll do the other side. Is that okay? Alright, a nice big breath in to begin. And exhale. Raise everything. Exhale, fold over the legs. This time, round the fingertips and step the right foot back. Lower the knee and the foot to the floor. Take your time. Sink into the lunge, and when you're ready, inhale, reach everything up. Really nice, and exhale, sink into the pose. We'll do 2 more breaths here. So breathing in, fill you up, and exhale. Really lovely, softening into the pose. 1 more time. Exhale. Softening in, ground the hands, step that left foot back to downward facing dog. Release the head and the neck. Take a couple of breaths here. Step the feet together, slightly behind. Bring the weight forward into your plank pose, either knees up or knees down. Take another breath here, and then lower knees, bend the elbows, drop the belly, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale onto the tummy, upward facing dog. Lovely. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take another couple of breaths. This time, step the left foot into the center and bring the right foot up to the top of the mat. In one step or many steps, for low lunge on this side now. Ground that left knee and inhale, raise everything up. And exhale, softening. The last time you're doing low lunge on this side. Another big breath in and exhale. Lovely. One more breath. Release the hands, step the back foot forward and exhale over the legs. Bend the knees, reach everything up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands. Nice. Nice sun salutation, although we've made it go in. That's probably good. Okay, now we're going to do the tree pose, which is going to be fun with the wind. So let's see if the wind comes and blows us all over. It's a good balance posture. So there's different variations of this posture. So let me show you all, and you just take what you're most comfortable with. So we'll start on the right leg. So feel super rooted through that right foot. Find a piece that's relatively flat and bring some awareness to that right foot and that right leg. So if I come and press it now, it should feel really strong, okay? And your hip, everything's strong. Take a nice big breath in and lift the left toes. Now, step one, bring the left toes to the floor and the heel is pressing into the leg above the ankle. This might be more than enough, especially because it's wobbly ground. If you want an extra challenge, bring your foot to the inside of your calf. Good. If you want an extra challenge, bring your foot into your groin, but not your knee. Watch your knee. Okay, so take whatever feels good. If this is too wobbly, just bring your foot back down to your calf. And then bring your hands to heart center. This will help with balance because you can press your palms into each other and then feel equal weight of the foot and the leg pressing into each other too. Stay here for a moment. Soften your gaze somewhere on the horizon. You guys have the sea. And then if you want, raise the arms up and open and sway like a tree. If you fall out, just get back in and we'll take a few breaths here. So really soften that gaze and be strong through that standing leg. And as you breathe in, feel the breath coming up through the standing leg, through the torso, out through the arms and the tips of the fingers as you grow really tall. And as you exhale, imagine everything softening all the way back down through the standing foot. And if you fall, just get back in. We'll do one more nice big breath in. Reach tall. And exhale, soften. Really nice. One more breath. This time, exhale, bring the hands back down through heart center. Take a pause. Give that knee a squeeze, just as an extra balance test. Really nice. And then send it really wide. There you go. We're going to come into a warrior pose. So turn the right foot out parallel to the mat. So you can either do it sideways on your mat or you can do it across the grass. Totally up to you. Okay, so the right foot is parallel to the mat. The back foot is about 45 degrees and the front ankle there, is more or less in the middle of the arch of the back foot. Slightly wider stance, you'll probably be able to, Inhale, raise the arms up, and as you exhale, lunge over that front knee and see if you have any more space to shift that front leg a little more forward. Check that your hips and your chest are nice and open. Really nice. And then inhale, raise everything up. Fill yourself up and exhale, softening back in. Gaze towards that right middle finger. Really nice, guys. Lovely warriors. Inhale, tall. And exhale, soften. This time, flip the front palm to the sky. Lower the left arm down the back leg. Inhale, raise the right arm up and straighten that right leg. Leaning back over your left leg. Feel left hand on left leg. Left hand on left leg. Straighten the right leg and let the right arm go up and over. That's okay, as long as we do both sides. You won't go away feeling unbalanced. Then bend the front knee, bring the forearm to the thigh and the left arm up and over. So you feel a stretch now from the left toes, all the way to the left middle finger. And then inhale, release that hand and that hand, step the back foot forward and bring yourself up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center, lovely. And we'll do the other side, so back to the center. And we'll try that tree on the left foot, so find a good, there we go, foolproof spot, like a hole to take care of your foot. Strong foot, strong standing leg, strong hip, everything strong. When you're ready, raise those right toes and either just bring them to the inside there. And this is fine if this is enough. Or bring it to the inside of the calf or to the inside of the groin. Wherever you are, soften that gaze and bring your hands to heart center. Realize I'm right in front of you, so if I wobble, you'll wobble. I'll move to the side. Okay, and if you're ready, when you're ready, raise those arms up and be like a tree in the breeze. As you breathe in, feel that breath coming up through the standing leg, through the torso, out through the arms and the tips of the fingers. And as you exhale, soften everything back in, through that standing foot into the earth. Really nice, tall and strong. Keep that gaze soft. Another breath. And exhale. Lower the hands. Give the knee a squeeze. And send it really far to the side. So this time, the left toes are parallel with the side of the mat. The right foot is in. Or if you did the other side, do the other side. You know. Inhale, raise those arms. And exhale, lunge over that front knee. Check that the hips and the chest feel nice and open. Look towards that left middle finger. Inhale, raise everything up. And exhale, softening back in. You can maybe try and even creep that left foot slightly more forward. Inhale, everything up. Exhale, in. One more breath. Exhale, in. Now flip that left palm to the sky, right hand down the back leg. Inhale, straighten the left leg. The arm comes up and over, so you should feel a stretch all the way from your left toe to your left middle finger. There you go. And then forearm to thigh, right arm up and over, stretching in the opposite side. Really nice. And then release the hand, other hand, step the foot forward. Ground through the feet and lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And come back to that Sadasana mountain pose. Separate the feet slightly and just let the palms be facing forward. Strong like a mountain. Just feel the breeze as you let your heart rate return to normal and everything to soften. And then stepping the feet together. We're going to come into kneeling prayer pose. This is going to be fun. It's a little bit challenging, but let's try it all together because it's a really fun pose. So bring the hands to heart center. If you fall, don't worry at all. Inhale, up onto the toes. And as you exhale, bend in the knees and see if you can lower your bum all the way to your heels. Take your time. If you have any discomfort in your legs, just come back up. Are you okay? Excellent, amazing. Now this is the challenging bit. Take a nice big breath in and press the palms together. And as you exhale, see if you can lower your knees to the floor. at the exact same time, or one at a time. Nice. And then inhale up. You can. One at a time is fine. There you go. And then all the way back up. Big breath in, and exhale, lower the heels. I should have demonstrated first, shouldn't I? You had no idea what you were getting yourselves into. Okay, let's do it again now you know. Inhale. It's better not to demonstrate. Exhale. The wind's coming. Lower the hips all the way. Strong through the feet, strong through the thighs. Really nice. When you get there, take a pause, take a nice big breath in, press the palms together, that helps, and lower the knees. Good. And then inhale up. Nice. And all the way back up. Exhale, lower the heels. Really good, guys. We'll do half or one more. Stay on the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Go really slow through that bit where you want to go really fast. Strong through the thighs. Take a breath. Concentrate and lower the knees and untuck the toes. If it's comfortable to sit on your knees, we'll stay here. If it's not, then you can sit in any other seated position. Okay, we're all here. Bring the hands to the inside of the feet, or you can leave them on the thighs, whichever's more comfortable, but this just opens the chest a little bit. Let the chin be slightly lowered, soft through the shoulders, and just take a couple of nice long breaths. Close the eyes and imagine that space between the eyebrows is really spacious, really soft. Lean into one side to untuck the legs. We're going to come into one forward fold before we come into our final relaxation routine. So this is butterfly or Sadasana pose, and we do it with the soles of the feet together. So the feet can be far out, so you're like a diamond shape, but that's less intense on the hips. For a more stronger version, you can bring the feet in together, the soles closer to the body, and that's a bit more intense on the thigh, on the hips. So just work with whatever space you've got in your hips today. Take a nice big breath in to sit tall, and as you exhale, lead with your chest and go as far forward as you feel like you can go. When you've gone as far forward as you can, take another big breath in, and as you exhale, soften the head and let the spine round over and release the hands. So if you can resist the temptation to pull on the feet or push on the legs, that will really help with the pose. And there's actually nothing to do here but breathe. So as you take a big breath in, fill yourself up, and as you exhale, let gravity do everything else. So gravity will work with the weight of the head and will guide you into the pose as far as your body is going to go today. So we'll stay here for 4 or 5 really long breaths. And notice how with every exhale your body might sink even deeper into the pose. And observing any sensations that you feel come up in the body, in the legs or in the mind. And just try and direct a nice big breath into the center of that sensation. And we'll take one more round of breath wherever you are. A big breath in. And a big exhale. Let something else go. And then slowly as you inhale, curl yourself up. Take your time. Maybe bring your legs back into a cross-legged position. Let your fingertips catch you. Push up through the hips. Open the throat, the neck. And gently lower everything back down. And just sitting for a moment in your easy cross-legged pose. Close the eyes still. Noticing how you feel. As we prepare now to come into final relaxation. It's gone a little chilly. If you want a jumper near you to wrap you up, you're very welcome. So we're going to move on to our backs. So take your time however you want to get there. And if you want to grab your jumper, we're going to be at like 10 more minutes. So don't get cold. And bring the knees in for a squeeze. And just take a moment. Maybe making small circles. And then dropping the arms out to the side. Take a nice big breath in and lower the knees to the left and your gaze to the right. Close the eyes and just allow the lower back now to twist a little. And inhale back to the center. And exhale to the opposite side. And inhale back to the center. Pause. Bring the hands just by the sides of the body. And as you take a breath in, push through the feet, strong through the thighs, and just lift your hips for a moment. Coming into a really gentle bridge pose. Take another big breath in, and as you exhale, push the hips up even more. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, push the hips higher. And then lower everything back down, vertebra by vertebra. And if you want to just let the feet rest out for a moment, knees together. It's a nice way to soften into your final relaxation. And then lowering the legs one by one now, bringing yourself into Shavasana, your final posture. Take any extra movements or wiggles you need to so you can commit to a place of stillness or relative if you've got bugs crawling all over you. Take a nice big breath in, and as you exhale, soften. Feel heavy on the floor. A couple more breaths like that if it feels right. Relaxing your toes and your fingers, and your hands and your feet. And the lower legs and the lower arms. And the upper legs and the upper arms. And the pelvis and the shoulders. All of the organs and the throat and the neck. And the brain and the face and all of the tissues of the face. Just zooming out now from your body. See your body lying here on the grass. And zooming out as far as your imagination will allow you to zoom. Seeing the gardens. Maybe the sea, maybe the whole city, the whole town. Zooming now as far as your imagination will permit you to zoom. Listening to all of those sounds in your environment now. See how many sounds you can hear. And the more you listen, the more you hear. And allow these sounds to send you even deeper into relaxation. As your body processes everything you've done, or the strength, or the space, or the balance in your body and your mind. when you're ready, bringing yourself back down, zooming back in. From wherever you were, zooming back into your town, back into the gardens, back into your body, lying here on the mat. And feeling any sensations in your fingers and your toes. And gently bringing some movement now into the fingers, the toes, maybe the wrists and the ankles. Taking a big breath in, and when you're ready, rolling onto your right side. And just staying here for a moment. Pushing yourself up, bringing yourself into a nice seated position. And bringing the hands to heart center. And we'll take 3 big breaths all together, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more times, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. 1 more breath. Inhale, raise the arms up. And exhale all the way to the floor. And as you sit up, open your eyes. Thank you guys. Hopefully you feel nice and relaxed and chilled and not sunburned, I really hope.